Another brick fan with the 2024 Advent calendars. This is day 14. Here are the 5 Advent calendars that I'm doing this year. Let's start by taking a look at yesterday's builds. From Marvel, we got Miles Morales in a great Christmas sweater. We have a female ice skater, or I'm going to call her Mom, with a sugar cookie there and a nice Christmas sweater. From Harry Potter, it's Cho Chang and the Ravenclaw banner. From Disney, it's this nice little sled build. And finally, we get the Jedi shuttle from Star Wars. Let's go ahead and open today's builds. Here's the Marvel Advent calendar. We're looking for day 14 up here on the second row. And it looks like maybe a little robot, maybe a rhino robot. Here's our robot. And like I said, it looks like there's a rhinoceros horn here, perhaps. So maybe it's a representation of rhino as a little toy. Little wind up deal in the back here, arms, feet. So a little robot here, toy of rhino. Let's move on to our city Advent calendar. Here we have the city Advent calendar, day 14, right over here. And it looks like another remote controlled toy, maybe a helicopter. Here's our little toy helicopter. I like this bright yellow down here. Cheese wedge for the tail, another cheese wedge for the cockpit. Little beanie propeller here, the top, and then this dual rail piece for the landing gear. And of course it comes with a walkie-talkie for the remote control. So there is our RC helicopter. Let's move on to the Harry Potter Advent calendar. This is the Harry Potter Advent calendar, day 14, right here on the second row. And it looks like another statue, presumably the Raven from Ravenclaw. Here is the Raven statue. Again, the blue for Ravenclaw. These might be wings here, and then the claws for the Raven. I think the bill looks pretty good, and the tail here. You may have noticed that I put these on these stands here. So here we have Ravenclaw with the banner. It says it showed on the front of the box. Those were kind of arranged over here on the sides. So there is the Ravenclaw statue. We'll go ahead and move on to the Disney Advent calendar. Here we have the Disney Advent calendar. Day 14 is here on the second row. And it looks like a little fireplace. So here we have the little fireplace build with a frog on it. So this might be our first build from the Princess and the Frog, which is one of the other princesses. We have 3 of the princesses so far. But there's a sugar cookie here, a little teacup, and then the fireplace down here. So that is day 14 for the Disney calendar. Let's go ahead and move on to Star Wars. Here we have the Star Wars Advent calendar for day 14, right here by Vader's castle. And it looks like a Jedi fighter, perhaps? So here we have the fighter. I think it's a Mandalorian fighter. When I first looked at it, I thought it might be a Jedi fighter, but those would have a longer nose on it. So I'm sure this is a Mandalorian fighter. Turned out pretty good at this small scale. Let's go ahead and sum up today's builds. Here are the day 14 builds. So first we start with this robot for Rhino from Marvel. So Rhino being one of Spider-Man's villains, so it's interesting they have a little toy to represent him. We have this small helicopter that looks like a little radio-controlled helicopter. Kind of goes on with our radio-controlled toys like the boat and fire truck we got earlier. For Harry Potter, we got this nice statue build. This one kind of looks like a raven, I suppose. It has the clip piece here for the claws, and then Kind of a nice beak piece. So that sort of looks like a raven. Probably one of the best of the ones we've seen. From Disney, we got this little fireplace with a frog on it. So I'm assuming that's from The Princess and the Frog, from that movie. And then finally, we have this Mandalorian fighter. The Mandalorian fighter is based on the 2012 set 9525, which is pre-Vizsla's Mandalorian fighter. So hope you've enjoyed the builds for day 14. Come back tomorrow and we'll take a look at day 15. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. I'll be doing an advent calendar builds every single day until the 24th of December.